Morning. Apologies for delayed upload. I had a bit of fun at Hooters last night. But anyway, it was a great way to wake up a couple mornings ago, as Donald Trump did indeed sign an executive order to enable construction on the wall. He can do this because of the Bipartisan Secure Fence Act of 2006. It was a fence that was never built, but over a decade later, we can finally begin to break ground. And yes, I do mean bipartisan. For you, I'm still with her, folks out there. Yes, Hillary Rodham Clinton signed the bill too. Yes, I do mean bipartisan. For you, I'm still with her, folks out there. Hillary. Yes, I do mean bipartisan. For you, I'm still with her, folks out there. Hillary Clinton voted for the very same bill. As for the executive order itself, Section 2A and Section 4 and Section 8 deal with the construction of the physical wall and the hiring of the men to man it. Section 2B through E, as well as Sections 5, As for the executive order itself, Section 2A and Section 4, as well as Section 8, deal with the construction of the physical wall along with the hiring of the man. As for the executive order itself, Section 2A, As for the executive order itself, Section 2A, Section 4, and Section 8 deal with the construction of the physical wall and the hiring of the men to man it. Sections 2B through E, as well as Section 5, 6, and 7, ends catch and release, and overall the bill reinstates the partnership between federal and local governments. What do I think of the wall? I think that good fences make good neighbors, and good neighbors do not break into your house and demand their supposed right to live there. It is pointless to even entertain the idea of amnesty and immigration reform while we still have hundreds of thousands of illegal border crossings each year. It is tantamount to bailing water out of a leaking canoe. The first thing you do is plug the leak. It is pointless to even entertain the idea of amnesty and immigration reform. It is pointless to even entertain the idea of amnesty and immigration reform while we still have hundreds of thousands of illegal border crossings committed each year. It is tantamount to bailing water out of a leaking canoe. The first thing you do is plug the leak. It is pointless to even entertain the idea of amnesty and immigration reform while we still have hundreds of thousands of illegal border crossings each year. It's tantamount to bailing water out of a leaking canoe when the first thing you should do is plug the leak. The cost does concern me. The president estimates expenses to be from $5 billion to $10 billion, while critics have the cost does concern me. The president estimates the expenses to be around $5 billion to $10 billion, while critics have doubled the price tag. However, there is a trump card that has yet to be played, levying a tax on Mexico's biggest source of foreign income, remittances. The cost does concern me. The president estimates The cost does concern me. The president estimates expenses to be around 5 to 10 billion, while his critics have doubled the price tag. However, there is a trump card that is yet to be played, taxing Mexico's biggest source of foreign income, remittances. In 2015, Mexico has received $25 billion in transactions flowing out of the United States. Obviously, Trump cannot impound all this without earning the ire of the banks. In 2015, Mexico has received $25 billion in transactions flowing out of the United States. Obviously, Trump cannot impound all of it without earning the ire of the banks. But if he can find the Goldilocks number that is not too high that will cause black market transactions or too low that will bring the wall to a line in the sand, he can actually pull this off without the Mexican government's cooperation. I know that there are libertarian purists who do not consider me a true libertarian because I do not believe in freedom of movements. For those purists, I refer them to Murray Rothbard. I know that there are libertarian purists out there who do not consider me a true libertarian because I do not believe in freedom of movements. For those purists, I refer them to Murray Rothbard's 1994 essay published in the Journal of Libertarian Studies, titled Nations by Consent, Decomposing the Nation State. Rothbard uses the anarcho-capitalist model. Rothbard uses the anarcho-capitalist model for a nation, where there are no public lands and everything is privatized. The ultimate anarchist nation will not be open borders either. A prospective migrant will still need the invitation of the individual, group, or corporation which owns the land. Just as there is no point to being a private property owner if non-owners are allowed to trespass on private property, there is no point of having a nation if non-nationals were permitted to illegally. Just as there is no point to being a private property owner if non-owners were allowed to trespass on said private property, there is no point to having a nation if non-nationals were permitted to legally take up residence. It hasn't even been a week and it's already an interesting presidency. But anyways, thank you kindly for watching. This is Christopher Ian Solera, aka Libertarian Nationalist, and let's make America great again. It hasn't even been a week and it's an interesting. It hasn't even been a week and it's. It hasn't even been a week and it's already an interesting presidency. We'll see what. It hasn't even been a week and this is already an interesting It hasn't even been a week, and this is already beginning to be an interesting presidency. Anyways, thank you kindly for watching. This is Christopher E. Solera, aka the Libertarian Nationalist. It has it hasn't even been a week, and this is already the beginning of a very interesting presidency. Anyways, thank you kindly for watching. I'm Christopher Ian Solera, aka the Libertarian Nationalist, and let's make America great again.